Hey, welcome back to Topless Talks with Nova, episode 16. How are you doing? How's your week been? Well, I guess it's technically been 2 weeks. I did film an episode last week, okay? I did my due diligence, but the file was corrupted, and so I was unable to edit it. I was unable to post it. Really sad. It was like a 40-minute episode. It was a really good topic. I said a lot of good shit. But, unfortunately, since I already said it, I'm not going to say it all again. So, all of that stuff that I said is forever lost. You guys will never hear it. It is locked in the vault, unable for anyone to hear it. So, maybe years from now, I'll check to see if it's healed itself and maybe I'll let you guys hear it. But for now, it's gone. So anyway, how was your 2 weeks? How have your weeks been? I've been really good. I reconnected with some old friends. 2, to be exact. Really happy about that. And just in general, I was having last week in my episode that you will never hear, I was talking about how I've been kind of depressed lately, just like with the weather changing and, you know, it's getting dark earlier and just like everything just feels bleh right now. But and yesterday was actually pretty bad for me as well. But today I feel like I'm like scraping myself off the pavement and I'm feeling good. I feel good about the next coming weeks. Because guess why? It's Sagittarius season, baby. Woo! It's fucking Sag season, baby. Y'all ain't ready. Starting on Sunday, November 23rd, is officially Sagittarius season. All the way until December 21st, okay? All the way up until right before Christmas. Fire sign, okay? Sagittarius is a fire sign. That means we are crazy, unpredictable, but still loving and passionate, okay? The next 3-ish weeks, 3 or 4 month-ish, they're going to be filled with positivity and hope and enthusiasm. I'm manifesting that, and that's just how it's going to be, you know? So during Sagittarius season, okay, I want you guys to open yourselves up to new experiences. Okay, because you're going to be feeling more confident. You're going to be feeling more in yourself. Because it was just Scorpio season. Scorpio season's really fun. It has Halloween. You know, it's fun and thrilling, but it's also really exhausting. So, Sagittarius season is more laid back, but still just as fun. Okay? So, open yourself to some new experiences. Do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Okay, because you are going to be feeling more confident. You're going to be feeling more yourself. So anything you do with intention, you're going to be doing it well. Okay? Take the next few weeks to try new things. Do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. And practice self-expression in the rawest, truest form that you can. Okay? Whether that be singing, dancing, painting, crying, you know, writing in a journal, you know, whatever that may be. Just practice self-expression. Have a conversation with someone. You know, have a deep heart-to-heart with someone. Great time. Sagittarius season, great time to have heart-to-hearts with people, okay? And when you have heart-to-hearts with people, be mindful about your communication. Take a few minutes when you're talking, before you reply, ponder what you're going to say. Don't just jump into it. Don't just listen to reply. Listen, ponder, and then reply. Okay? That's the challenge that I'm giving you for the next few weeks. Okay? Lean into yourself. Go with the flow. Good things are going to happen. Okay? It's Sagittarius season, baby! Oh, and December 13th is the best day of the year. My birthday. So yeah, that's always a really fun time. Really awesome. So, enough of the zodiac talk. I'm sorry. I realize that a lot of my listeners are men. There's a few women, I know, but a lot of my listeners are men. And so I want to talk about stuff that affects you guys. So, you probably already noticed the title of today's episode, which is, Does Dick Size Matter? Short answer, no. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm about to give you the long answer in a minute. The short answer, no, it doesn't fucking matter. As a society, we are literally obsessed with dick size. Okay? It's everywhere in the media. Seinfeld has dick jokes. New Girl has dick jokes. How I Met Your Mother has dick jokes. Like it's everywhere in the media. Okay? Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But the media is always seemingly constantly addressing not only dicks, but the size of dicks. And there's always an emotion attached. Like if it's too small, disdain, sadness, uncomfortable. Also, all the stereotypes, like oh, if someone's driving a big truck, oh, it must be compensating for something, must have a small dick. Also the once you go black, you can't go back stereotype. Also the small dick energy versus big dick energy. These things are ingrained in our society. Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm perfect and that I don't partake in these things, because I do. But it is important to kind of sit down and be aware of the harm that it might cause, not only to you, but to the people around you as well. To the children that are influenced by people just like you and me, okay? And so this obsession kind of creates unreal expectations, and it creates almost like a competition between men, and not even just for dick size, but who can be the biggest and who can be the toughest and who can be the most stoic. And that in itself causes stress. The stress of wanting to feel adequate, or the stress of feeling inadequate. The stress of, being good enough, or suppressing your emotions so that you can be stoic. And all of the stress can manifest in other ways. It can manifest in aggression towards your partner or towards other men that you feel are a threat to you. It can manifest in low self-esteem, which can also make you kind of put others down and make you feel better about yourself, And I'm saying you, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying you in general. And let me put this plainly. The average dick size is 5.5 inches. That's the average dick size. That was a 2013 study. So it's recent. A 2013 study showed that the average penis size is 5.5 inches, which is much smaller than that is what is portrayed in the media and in porn and, like what is glorified in our society. But it genuinely doesn't matter how big your dick is. It genuinely doesn't matter. There are things that matter, like your technique, communication, compatibility. The appendage, or the size of your appendage, or the shape of your appendage doesn't matter in how well you can please a woman, or how important you are as a man, or how deserving of love or respect you are as a man. You deserve all those things regardless, even if you get your dick cut off, okay? You deserve those things regardless of how big or small your dick is, okay? I just want to say that. Regardless of what society or your buddies might tell you, okay? Or even your girlfriend or whatever. So what does matter is your technique, whether or not you're doing foreplay, how engaged you are during sex, how much time and attention and care that you take. Those are things because one fear that men have from having a small dick is that they won't be able to please their woman. But if you are taking the time and attention and care in order to please your woman, then having a small dick won't matter. It won't matter. Also, oral sex, women love that shit, okay? Some women can only get off from oral sex, okay? So it's an underutilized tool that I think men with dicks of all shapes and sizes should be utilizing, okay? Communication. Ask her what she likes. Ask her if she's enjoying it. Tell her what you like. And this is not only during sex, but before sex and after. Before, during, and after, you guys need to be communicating about what you like, what you dislike, asking questions about what they like, about what they dislike. Communication is so fucking important. And in our society, we have made it really difficult to have these conversations because sex is so taboo. It's getting better. Don't get me wrong. It is getting better. But sex is still super taboo. So try to unlearn that and approach the situation with an open mind. Also, probably the most important thing is the emotional connection that you guys have. Are you guys compatible emotionally? And the thing is, when someone really loves you and when you love someone, it doesn't matter what the shape of their body is. You love them for them. You love them for the person inhabiting the body, not for the body itself. Or at least I hope. Of course, having a body that is appealing to you is a plus. But loving someone isn't about their body. And the thing is, me personally, when I fall in love with someone, they pretty much become my type. That becomes what I like. Even if they're not necessarily my type to begin with, or if they are, it's when I love someone, they are literally all I have eyes for. And literally everything about them, that's my type. That's what I like in a person. So, and remember that when you're feeling insecure about your body or your dick size, remember that if the person truly loves you, then it won't matter to them. And if it does matter to them, then they're a shit person. Okay? I've spoken to a lot of different women. Being in my profession, I speak to a lot of different women in a lot of different walks of life, mostly strippers. Okay? We're able to speak frankly with each other, and I've heard a lot of different preferences. Some women like small dicks. Some women, they're 4-inch. That's my sweet spot. I love that shit. Some women are I need a 9-inch or get the fuck away from me. Everyone has their own preference. What matters truly is your confidence. Your confidence shows. And I think that's kind of where the small dick versus big dick energy comes from, is the confidence level. But the harm that comes from that is attaching good to big and bad to small. Okay, that's what's harmful about that. The thing is, all bodies are natural. If a body is doing it, that means it's natural. Cut versus uncut, small versus big, straight versus a curve, hair versus no hair. Whatever works for you, whatever feels good for you is natural. So what I think you should do is embrace your own body. Embrace it for what it is and find a partner that does the same. find a partner that embraces your body for what it is. And I hope that you would do the same for them, because being a woman, especially a woman within my industry, I face constant scrutiny over my body. My body is like a topic for conversation for a lot of people. And I open myself up to a lot of criticism, which I'm fine with. I'm able to withstand that. But that just means that I'm able to sympathize. I'm able to put myself in your shoes. I know what it feels like to feel insecure. And I know what it feels like to feel unsure. And so I extend my compassion to you. And I hope that my doing so will allow you to be more vulnerable and to kind of unlearn a lot of these toxic, harmful societal ideals that we carry, that's literally ingrained in our head. Because we live in a patriarchal system. Whether you want to admit it or not, we live in a patriarchal system. And it harms not only me, women, but you, men, as well. It harms men and women. Men are allowed to show feelings. They're not allowed to be anything but angry or stoic, which is toxic. They feel like they have to hide their shame in order to preserve their honor or preserve their reputation. A fear of appearing weak, towards other men or towards their partner or towards their fathers. It prevents you from being able to enjoy certain hobbies, like something that is deemed girly, or going above and beyond for your personal hygiene is seen as gay. And for those who are on audio, I'm putting quotation marks around gay because it's not gay to wash your ass, okay? It's, as a man under the patriarchal system, you're not allowed to ask for help. You're not a real man if you need help. Also, pressure to have like a high body count. That's something that isn't really talked about enough. And then on the flip side, at the same time, women are pressured to have a low body count, which I don't even understand how that's even supposed to work, because if men are supposed to have a high body count, yet women are supposed to have a low body count, how are they supposed to achieve these things? But that's just an example of how idiotic our society can be sometimes. Also, last but definitely not least, one of the most important ways that men are harmed is under patriarchy, is the fact that you are not allowed to admit, or it's taboo to admit, that you like butt stuff. I will always be an advocate for a man to stick a finger up his ass. And I know that it sounds funny when I say it like that, but I say it in all seriousness. The prostate is essentially the G-spot for men. And a lot of men think that they're gay. And a lot of women think that men who enjoy butt stuff are gay. There's a whole discourse about how if a man enjoys anal, then he must be gay. Even feminists are having these conversations. Let me fix that. Radical feminists are having these conversations. Intersectional feminists understand that enjoying something up your ass doesn't make you gay. The only thing that can make you gay is being attracted or having feelings for someone of the same sex. That's the only thing that makes you gay. So if you want something up your ass, go for it, babe. It's not gay. So try to unlearn these kinds of harmful societal ideals, because there's a lot of things that are ingrained in us that are very harmful to teach young people. We shouldn't be passing down a lot of these ideals to people of the younger generation, because it's only going to continue the cycle of brokenness, of the taboo around sex, of insecure men and women, and just a broken society, which I guess capitalism and the patriarchy does benefit from that. But us, the people of that, don't benefit. Only the top 1% and the government benefits from that, and fuck them. So anyway, so last episode I started a new segment at the end of the episode called 2 Truths and a Lie. I said 3 statements and 1 was a lie and 2 of them were truths. And I'm going to finally reveal which one was the lie. So the 3 statements were: 1, I've had a threesome with 2 women. I've strapped a woman, aka I've used a strap on a woman. And the last one, I like to get my toes sucked. The lie was that I've had a threesome with 2 women. I have not had a threesome with 2 women. I've come close, but I have not. So yes, I have in fact used a strap on a woman, and I do in fact enjoy getting my toes sucked. So this week I have a whole new set of statements, and I want you to figure out which one is the lie. Only one of them's a lie. The other 2 are true. So 1, I've never squirted before. 2, I own over 10 dildos. And 3, I'm a little bit of a cuck. So which one's the lie and which are true? I can't wait to see what kind of discussion you guys have over this. There is a whole discussion channel for my podcast in my Discord. If you need to find my Discord, just go to www.playwithnova.com. That's playwithnova with no spaces.com. You'll find the link to all of my socials and my Discord there, and have a discussion. Which one of those is a lie? Which one of those is true? Anyway, I think that'll do it for me, guys. I hope that this episode was a little enlightening. I hope that maybe I eased some anxieties, or, maybe I created new anxieties. I don't know. I hope not. But my life goal is to break apart the patriarchy, is to fight to end the stigma around sex, and to teach people to unlearn shitty societal norms. Okay? And so this episode is my way of doing that. I hope someone benefits from it. I benefit from just saying it aloud. So if no one else benefits from it, then that's cool. That's fine. Whatever. Fuck y'all. I'm just kidding. I actually love you guys so dearly. I hope you guys have a really good week. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. I know that's not saying much. But remember, try new stuff, open yourself up to new possibilities, and stay hopeful and positive. Okay? I'll see you next week. Bye.